If that judge were sitting at this table, what would you say to him?
Actually, I sat by that judge for a number of years in the Texas legislature. So, Orlando is representing, I think, the left side of the political aisle, if you will, when it comes to those decisions. And I'm a big believer in the 10th Amendment. I believe that whether it's in Texas or it's in Iowa or the other 48 states, that the citizens of those states can best decide the decisions that affect their citizens better than a federal judge, for that matter, or someone in Washington, D.C. So again, I don't think it is, we'll see, this will go to the United States Supreme Court and be decided, but it goes back to that entire conversation that we've had across this country about who best to make decisions about our children's education, or for that matter, health care. As the Affordable Care Act has been debated up and down, back and forth over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, who best to make the decisions about health care, about decisions on marriage. I think the local legislatures working with the governors and the people are a better place than this one-size-fits-all that seems to come out of the current administration and a Washington that frankly is almost, they don't even talk to each other, much less get anything done.
When you were in Iowa in November, we talked to you about how Republicans can win back the White House. And one of the things you said was that Republicans needed to, quote, come together and find our middle ground. Some Republicans in Iowa think that that middle ground means shut up about gay marriage. You can keep your values, but just don't talk about those particular conservative values. I assume that you disagree with that.
No, what I agree with are people who basically say those are decisions that should be decided in Iowa, not in Washington, D.C. And that gets back to that whole conversation that I think is worth having in this country about, I think our country would be happier. I think it would be healthier. We've got 50 laboratories of innovation out there, and certainly we're not all the same. I can assure you that folks in New York are different from folks in Iowa. So the idea that we should be trying to make everyone fit into a relatively small box, whether it's socially, whether it's economically, or whether it's in other areas, is a bit adverse from my perspective, from the standpoint of how you make our country more productive and happier when it comes to, if you are an individual who, this issue of legalization of marijuana, which I don't agree with, but there are states that think that should be and that's their call. And I think the issue of marriage is one of those as well.